Yeah, I learned a lot in 2016. Some don't see the cost just to chase dreams. Half of y'all never want to struggle, but still expect the beauty this amazing grind brings. That's jaded. Me, I took a leap. No school, I'm in this without a single guarantee. No fallback, no backup plan. Mama said get a plan B, just to know I'm not that man, so I'ma get it. No other option in my system. Now I'm up next. Remember when no one would listen? From that kid they picked on back in middle school, like every day, to the man of the year in my state in every way. I worked hard until my craft bloomed. Called exactly where I am now, like last June. Words mean nothing but these stats do. Read it on my tattoo. Beauty in the struggle, I got everything they lack. Ooh. Ignorance is bliss. I don't wanna know my future. Cause if I knew I'd blow, I probably wouldn't work as hard. Maybe this could be the death of me. Giving in my all until there's nothing left of me. Trusting what's ahead. I wanna live for everything. Pray to God my family never has to see a rest in peace. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. So I die a legend. So I die a legend. They said my sound was never mainstream, but people in my inbox said, Justin, you saved me from dark depression to those suicidal thoughts I was looking for, and out until your music came across. Now my life has changed. I just feel like I relate to every lyric that goes on that page. And even if you never read this, I just hope you know, without your music, my life, it wouldn't have been the same. Yeah. Ignorance is bliss. I don't wanna know my future. Cause if I knew I'd blow, I probably wouldn't work as hard. Maybe this could be the death of me. Giving in my all until there's nothing left of me. Trusting what's ahead. I wanna live for everything. Pray to God my family never has to see a rest in peace. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Wish it was me and you. Tell all the others to forget about it. Wish it was you and me, that I could be with all the rest of my days. No idea, got no plans, I got no time. I know you know that I have to, I just have to make you mine. Yeah. Wish it was me and you. Tell all the others to forget about it. Wish it was you and me, that I could be with all the rest of my days. No idea, got no plans, I got no time. I know you know that I have to, I just have to make you mine, yeah. Make you mine, make you mine. Yeah, swear that body is important. Sorry, I just can't ignore it. Got some baddies on my life, but damn, girl, you gorgeous. Need you right now, baby, come through. Getting me alone, think of what we might do. Yeah, I've been around, but you treat it like new. We can take our time out, leave it up to you. Yeah, wish it was me and you. Tell all the others to forget about it. Wish it was you and me, that I could be with all the rest of my days. No idea, got no plans, I got no time. I know you know that I have to, I just have to make you mine, yeah. Wish it was me and you, tell all the others to forget about it. Wish it was you and me, I could be with all the rest of my days. No idea, got no plans.
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Don't have a lot to go over today, but didn't stream Monday, so I thought I'd stream today. Kind of feeling lazy. It's gotten cold. I also haven't slept well this week. The puppy's driving me insane. He's like at that age where he's like a toddler, right? So he's just annoying. It's bitey. Just annoying. He's just a little dog, but gonna cover what we usually cover. Talk some Bitcoin, talk some possible trades, and get on with it. Small crowd, that sucks. One thing I will say, I think the bottom's in. I do confident, like 100%, I think the bottom's in. Now, I hate being certain, so I'll always be like, oh, well, there's always a possibility, but like, this stage of the market, like the way that everything is going, the way that everything feels, it feels like, one, it's a ghost town. There's nobody here. There's no one trading. For those of you that know, I partnered with Bitget and Coincatch. Both of those volumes, so I'll give you the numbers. So I was doing like 70 to 100 million in trading volume every month. So like weekly doing like 20 million a month. So, you know, convert that to daily, like 3 to 4 million a day. Now I do like 300,000, right? Like that partnership, like, you know, as great as it is, it's just extra money in my pocket. Ultimately don't rely on it, but I'm using that as kind of a gauge of like, where are we? What's sentiment? Are there still people trading? And I know there's been the whole like regulations with exchanges, but I don't think it matters. I think everyone's gone. I think over the last 2 months, everyone just said, F this and left. Same thing with like the trading classes and stuff, like all that. Like there's way less people asking about them, joining them. You know, that definitely sucks on my end. It's less money to be made, but it just sentiment-wise, it tells me the bottom's in. There's nobody here anymore. There's nobody trading. Everybody's convinced that we're going to go lower and, you know, they could take a year or two off and that it's pointless to continue looking at charts and reading into it. You know, everyone's convinced that, you know, the world's about to collapse and there's war when, by the way, war is actually very, very bullish. War has pulled at least the United States out of financial downfall several different times, even the Great Depression especially. So we'll show that real quick. I showed this to my trading class. What was this, on yesterday? Just kind of like what happened, right? We had the Great Depression. World War II starts in 1939, but the U.S. doesn't really join until I believe 40. I might have that wrong again. I'm not a historian, so don't quote me on that. But essentially, you have, you know, World War II starting, I believe, somewhere in here. No, it was October. I do know it was October because I looked it up yesterday. October, so World War II begins. And you could argue, you know, yes, we put a quite a downside, right? 42% downside. But ultimately, really not going much lower than our previous low. We were already in what was known as the Great Depression, which was probably the worst financial period for the United States by far. And look what happened after. I mean, World War II, one, got manufacturing and technology. Like okay, so I'm a little bit ahead of myself. There's a huge tech boom in World War II. Manufacturing went up exponentially. Obviously, like raw materials and anything like that went crazy, right? And look what happens after that. World War II essentially kicked off a massive bull run. Now, we have this thought that World War III is going to happen, right? I think it already is happening, but you're not going to see it on the front that World War II is, right? At least if you're from the U.S., this is a proxy war. And the only people that benefit are the superpowers. You have Russia, China, and the U.S. They're the only ones that are going to benefit from this. So, fast forward to now, let's look what's happening, right? Ukraine and Russia, we know, are at war or in a, some kind of conflict. I really haven't looked much into it. It really gets under my skin that we're sending so much money over there, but hey, I haven't looked into it, so I can't really give too much of my opinion. But that war started in February of 22, so that starts, where's that? Right about here-ish. Dropped quite a bit. We actually pumped that week. Pretty crazy. Dropped quite a bit. Now we're up. Now we're actually higher than we were when that started, or about equal. A couple other things. I mean, we're 10% off all-time highs. 10% off. We're holding a macro uptrend. On top of that, we have this Israel, Palestine, whatever you want to call it, conflict going on. And I think that's what's going to kick off another proxy war. So if you guys know what a proxy war is, think of two people playing checkers. People that play checkers don't get hurt, right? They're just playing checkers. But the actual pieces are the ones that get eliminated. And so you have China and the U.S. playing checkers. So China and the U.S. will be making guns, manufacturing, building, doing all these, stimulating, economic stimulating things that will stimulate economy. I know I'm not really great with words here. They're going to stimulate their own economies and essentially give the pieces, who are Ukraine, who are in some cases Russia, who are in some cases maybe Taiwan, or in some cases, this whole conflict that's happening in the Middle East. That essentially, again, the only beneficiaries there are China and the U.S. So, as bad as war is, it's horrible. I really hope that I'm one of the few people that's like, can we stop? Well, not one of the few people, but I'm not taking a side. I just don't want to see innocent people dying. Like I don't care what your religious, political bullshit is. Like you shouldn't be beheading babies on both sides. You shouldn't be killing on either side. You can't flatten Gaza. Like there's way more innocent people dying than actual soldiers, than actual political figures, and it is truly heartbreaking. But on the finance side, war is extremely beneficial for the economy. And I just wanted to kind of give you guys that opinion. Not even opinion, it's a fact. Because everyone assumes the worst all the time, right? All the time. It's always, what's going to happen next? We're going to crash because there's a war. Guys, there's not going to be a nuclear war. If there's a nuclear war, everyone loses. You have to remember, even though Putin might be crazy or, Biden might be slow or whatever he is, or whatever world leader, they know everybody loses, including themselves, if a nuke drops. So I really doubt a nuclear war is coming soon. But I do believe a proxy war is happening or going to happen for the next 5 to 10 years, especially when the new president's elected in the United States. SPX can't go eternally up, bro. It hasn't. It had a massive correction. Guys, a 30% correction on SPX is huge. You get these kind of corrections in a growing economy. I mean, they've happened several different times. So, just kind of wanted to give that opinion, give you guys something else to think about. But let's get into this. So, SPX holding uptrend, as we discussed. Ultimately, thinking this continues up. I just don't see a reason why not, right? With that said, the DXY is deviating. There's confluence with the SPX bouncing off its uptrend, bouncing off support, and the DXY is now deviating. Huge, very bullish, very bullish. I know war's bad, but the whole proxy war thing is another reason to be bullish. Manufacturing can just shoot up exponentially. Obviously we do have our own financial problems here, But again, I don't think they're as bad as people think. So for Tether, this is my Tether kind of like roadmap plan. This is where I was explaining the whole proxy war and what a proxy war is for some of the students. Gonna remove that. So okay, essentially, this is my roadmap. I do think we'll reject here. Bitcoin will start moving up as this moves down, kind of hit this support, bounce back up on that way up between, what is this, like 2024, early 2024. Bitcoin kind of nukes to 25, 28K again. This is kind of the yearly high down here, this whole kind of move. When that yearly high is made, again, we move up, drop a lot, come back down, because essentially this is an ascending wedge. And guys, don't take this as literally. This is just kind of a blueprint I'm playing with. I am not trading based on this, right? I'm looking for an opportunity because it does look like a double tops going in on the daily or on the weekly. Excuse me. Yes, on the weekly. So looking at getting movement back down to this ascending wedge support. Back to the top, back down. If you guys don't know how the relationship between crypto and Bitcoin especially is the Tether dominance. Essentially, when Tether moves up, Bitcoin moves down. When when Tether moves down, Bitcoin moves up. Sorry, I'm a little sleep deprived, so I don't know if I said that incorrectly. But when Bitcoin goes up, Tether goes down. When Bitcoin goes down, Tether goes up. Okay, one of those is right. But moving on. Bitcoin daily. So a couple things, and if you're thinking about longing, you might want to think otherwise right now. Risk reward wise, really, really bad trade. Obviously, this is being resistance, this being support. We also have volume starting to stair step upwards as price is dropping. We also had, price going up, volume going down. So all of this in here is bearish price action. That's why I've said I expect 25K gets touched before any possible reversal. That doesn't mean, if 25 gets touched that I'm longing. No, I'm going to wait for that reversal to show itself if we even get one. But all of this is bearish price action, right? So we need to be careful. Maybe looking, as long as volume stays low, if we drop to 25K, it's really, really good sign. But one thing on the weekly, I do like how this is kind of looking like a double bottom. Excuse me. So keeping an eye on that. But other than that, not much to talk about. We really haven't done anything for a while. Months. What is this? Been in the same range since August, and it's now mid-October. Really, really boring, right? So my biggest thing for you guys, I tweeted it earlier today, with sentiment being the way it is right now. This whole space is a ghost town. Guys, I usually, when I first started streaming, I was getting 200 viewers plus a live stream. Now I have 45. And nothing's changed. I still haven't been, and it's funny because I keep getting a lot of these moves right. I'm still staying consistent. Am I wrong here and there? Yes. I wouldn't say I'm right all the time, but I mean, I got this move, this move, this move. I started shorting here. I did not get this, unfortunately, which is a pretty nice double top. Got some of this move, and yeah, and now I'm calling the price action on this and getting most of it right. My point is, I'm not saying this is what I get right versus everybody else, right? My point is, there's no one here. I'm getting these right. I'm getting the same engagement I always get, if not less, right? And the same engagement, meaning like it's the same people interacting and there's not new people. I've been at 49,000 followers for the last 5 months, which personally, I don't really care how many people follow me. I'm just using it as a guide, right? If there's no one here, there's no new entrants or participants, not entrants, no new participants, nothing new is happening. There's no liquidity. Volume is down exponentially, right? To me, that's the bottom. And think about it. When volume was the highest, when your grandmother was asking you to buy Bitcoin, that's when we topped. Now, people don't care, right? So if people really care here, you know, and that's the top, like it was in 2017 as well. And then when people really don't care, right? That's the bottom. So my thing for you guys, if you haven't started a dollar cost average, please start one. Please. Even if we go from here all the way down to 12K. Okay, you're absorbing each week. You're honestly doing a great job because you're averaging lower. Your average continues to go down, and when we do bounce, now you have a lower average. You know, you don't have a higher average. You make more money in the end. Do it smart. Learn what a DCA is if you don't know what one is. But now's your chance, right? That'll give you, and part of the reason why I'm telling you this, it'll give you guys some peace of mind because you won't have to check charts all the time. You won't feel like you're missing out. You know, you'll always have some skin in the game, which will really comfort you in a way. You know, it's kind of funny. Like, you won't worry about missing out on a big trade because you'll be like, wait, I have a bunch of money in because I dollar cost average. I'm good. Most don't even know about Bitcoin until, yeah, exactly. People wish they were here to see the stream. Yeah, and guys, like, I stream, one, because I want to help people that want the help. Like, I'm not going to buy advertising space on Twitter and be like, hey, I'm here to help you. Like, no, I do this for free and in my own time. But my point is, like, this is where you make moves for the next bull run. I keep telling my students, stop wasting your time watching altcoins. Stop watching below the 4 hour and the daily. One, because you're going to drive yourself crazy. There's nothing goes on most of the time. Guys, it's been almost a full month and we're still in the same, or no, sorry, it's been 2 months and we're still in the same 10% price range, 12% price range. Nothing has happened. You are not, and I hate to break this to some people because I was really thinking about this today. I was like, do I want to start maybe day trading? Because I want to make money. Like, I want to make more money. Like, I'm like everybody else. I like making money. I want to make more money. I'm not in need to make money. I don't necessarily like have to, but I'd like to. And then I look at this and I'm like, there's been like 3 kind of trades. And if you nailed them, you made money, right? Like, if you absolutely nailed them, like 7% here. I forgot, I'll have to keep clicking that. You know, if you nailed this one, a 13, 11-ish, you know, maybe you bought this double bottom, I believe it was in here, and maybe sold like here or up here, and that's 7 or 5%. Now, you could argue, but Roman, those gains add up over time. Well, so do your losses. And if you're trading this on a lower time frame, right? If you're going, here's the 1 hour. If you're going, oh, here's my 1 hour, and even though I know the daily's bearish, let me draw this flag. And you're going, oh, well, I could long, anywhere in here. Well, now you just lost, and that was a short opportunity. And you can even argue like, oh, but this is a short opportunity, and it's like, yeah, but 2%. Like, what if we literally just do this? Like, wick back to this resistance and then back down. That's kind of why I discourage day trading, because it's unreal and it's unpredictable. There's too much shit going on where the market can just do this in the same day. And the higher time frames are much more reliable, so that's why I personally don't do it. But yeah, I was thinking about it, and then I look at this and I'm like, there really hasn't been anything to trade. I mean, the last big kind of opportunity might have been here, adding more here, maybe selling down here or selling here, seeing that divergence. But even still, I mean, you're looking at a 16% gain. Like, I don't know. It's just not like, yes, it's decent money, especially if you have a large trading account, but it's a lot of work for not a lot of reward. Greetings from Hada. Wait, like Hada from Apex? Like the one that I pinged earlier in Discord? Let me see. No worries being late. Hold on 1 second. But yeah, I mean that's kind of my rant. I don't really have anything else to say. I mean, I would say avoid the day trading at all costs. Wait for the higher time frames to give us more clarity. I am keeping an eye on this, however. Stair stepping up, going down. If we break 20K, it's going to get a little ugly, but I still think we hold it and kind of bounce around. I know a lot of people are saying that this weekly is a head and shoulders, and that's the weirdest looking head and shoulders I've ever seen, if it is one. So personally, I don't think that plays out. I think 25K holds. We shall see. With that said, guys, I apologize, but there's not a lot to talk about. We just haven't really done anything in the last couple months. Really waiting for that kind of reversal pattern. If we get one, I'll stream and we can follow it live. I can't guarantee that you'll sell or buy exactly when I do, but I'll at least walk you through that process and my thoughts during that trade. Again, a swing trade is usually over days to weeks to maybe even a month, so keep that in mind. With all that said, guys, start a DCA. Look up what a DCA is.